It's every year. This is Austin Reaves. Every year. And I don't want to make videos like this. I don't. I know I have to. I know I'm critical of Austin Reaves, but he wants $40 million, even $30 million. He wasn't even a $15 million player last night. Rui has been better in the 3 games Reaves has played than Austin Reaves. I'd rather give Rui $30 million than give Reaves this. Again, he's a Laker. I don't want to have to come on and criticize him and talk about how cheeks he is and all this stuff. I don't.
Let's go this one. Jamal Murray won a chip. Don't want to hear it. Oh, I'm assuming that was to your comment, Jason, about other guards that have struggled in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I think that Denver Nuggets team wins the title if Austin Reaves from this year is healthy and in rhythm next to Jokic.
I'm so in love.
No, from 2023.
Oh, from 2020. Okay, gotcha.
I want to get back every day.
Not to say, like, guys, I do think Jamal Murray is proven to be a better playoff player than Austin. My point is the point I was trying to make is, like, as the league has gotten more physical and the best teams in the league have been so good on defense, skill guards all around the league are struggling. Like, Jalen Brunson is really the only dude who's, like, thriving as, like, a small, unathletic on-ball guard.
It's not a victory till the day I finally make you mine.
And Jalen Brunson is very, very physically strong. That certainly helps him in that type of situation.
Good point.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl.
I made a decision.
That's what happened. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her. You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.
Showing you instead of telling you.
I will tell you when the beef started with me already, right? Reggie fucked one of my niggas' bitches, right? The locker room went to fuck one of my niggas' bitches, right?
First
That's what
time.
he fucking disrespected the bitch. I gonna tell you why when the beef started with me and Reggie, right? Reggie fucked one of my niggas' bitches, right? The locker room went to fuck one of my niggas' bitches, right?
What?
That's what he fucking disrespected the bitch.
Inside.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, folks. We are back, man. We are most definitely back, folks, and we gotta keep the conversation rolling. As you guys can see, man, it looks as if the walls are finally closing in on Aston, folks. A few days ago we did a show, because, there were a lot of fake reports out there. Okay. I think, many of the Laker fans out there, I think the majority of you guys have a brain, right? So, a lot of you guys aren't necessarily just going for, whatever the reports are saying, right? A lot of you guys are starting to wake up. A lot of you guys are realizing that, pretty much everything that we hear, it's all bullshit. It's all made up, right? And so, yeah, we did a show the other day because there was a report that the Brooklyn Nets were going to go make a run at Aston this summer. The Brooklyn Nets, right? So we did a show on that. And, pretty much at the conclusion of the show, we all pretty much came to the realization that it just doesn't make any sense, right? Like, why would Brooklyn be interested in Austin Reaves, Like, why would they be interested in that? Why would they want him, So, that happened, right? The Laker pod trashers, they used that opportunity to produce content and to basically say how the Lakers are, going to have to compete with Brooklyn and with Chicago for the services of Aston. Okay? Yeah. Sure. So, if you guys remember, they did this about 3 years ago. They were pushing this propaganda, this narrative that the San Antonio Spurs folks were interested in Aston. And then we got to restricted free agency, right? That means that any team could have signed him to an offer sheet and the Lakers could have matched it. Folks, we got to free agency. Nobody offered this dude a deal. Okay? Lakers essentially, were bidding against themselves for the services of Austin Reaves. So I came across an article, folks, that I want to show you guys because it looks as if Brooklyn and Chicago folks aren't all that interested.
You cannot overpay for players. And the standard in LA isn't the regular season, where Austin Reaves' numbers are pretty darn good. Let's go to his last 3 postseasons. The Lakers are 3-13. He averages 17 a game. He shoots 28% from three-point, and he's a disaster plus minus. Oh, yeah, he is a defensive liability. Both his body and his body of work are not good. So do you want to pay that $46, $47, $48 million annually? Don't be a fanboy. Take off your Laker jersey. Don't be a fanboy. Take off your Laker jersey.
I just wanna be free.
Don't be a fanboy. Take off your Laker jersey.
So yeah, folks, that's what I want to get into, man. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in, man. We got Joel Luckett. We got Arioka V's. What up, man? We got BK and Y Hoops. What's going on, man? You said y'all niggas think y'all finna get Peyton Watson. Yeah, if you think the Lakers are getting Peyton Watson, you're clearly high on cock, okay? You're clearly high on cock, and, you need to put the cock down and stop smoking dick, If you think the Lakers are going to get Peyton Watson, you're clearly brain dead. Yeah, you're not getting any of these players, right? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I mean, even if you were to get Peyton Watson, though, realistically, right? Shout out to F you mean. But even if you were to get Peyton Watson, I'm hating the conversation surrounding Peyton Watson anyway, because it's like, who do y'all think Peyton Watson is? I mean, the way, like, you'll listen to some of these Laker pod trashers talk about Peyton Watson, you'll think he's the second coming of LeBron James. I mean, we're talking about a dude that averaged 14 points last year. Like, who do y'all think the dude is? I just don't get it. They talk about the dude like he's going to come over here and, like, lead us to, like, multiple titles or something. Like, it's just insane, the conversation around that dude. Like, okay, yeah, he's a solid, like, rotation piece. He'd be like a Jaden McDaniels. Like, do you think you're going to go, like, win multiple rings just because you added Jaden McDaniels? Like, you'd have to be a little bit retarded, right? We got Dudiverse. What's going on, man? We got I Hate Y'all. Daniel Barry. What's going on, man? Okay. We got a retard. You said Aston is him. Y'all sound gay as fuck. Okay, dude. You're clearly on the spectrum. We got the Bronx's special, Damon. We got Pacey, Big Vic. What's going on, man? You said Aston is not getting a max. That's funny that his nightmare is coming true. Shout out to King J. He says Aston is full-blown ass. We got One Black Panther, Banco. We got Frank. We got Mr. Player Made. What's going on, man? We got Retribution, Unforgiven Sounds. Yeah, shout out to everybody that's in the chat, folks. We got a lot to get into tonight, man. I want to start off with this, though. And then we're going to get to some of the other pod trashers that are out there. I had a run-in with Lowe, ladies and gentlemen, about, an hour or so ago. So, yeah, we'll get to him a little bit later on in the show, too. He's over there on his channel chimping out. So I guess he's upset at me because he's a chimp.
Bro, it's time to talk about Austin Reaves, bro. I promise you, I'm about to start putting this man in convos that some of y'all not ready for. Austin Reaves, so far this NBA season. Them buckets that he getting, the numbers he posting up, is ridiculous, bro. I said this like last year, bro. Austin Reaves, third option. He better than some of your first options. Some of y'all sat there and thought I was tripping. Y'all thought I was lying, but no.
I don't know,
we here, baby.
Different.
We here.
I just wanna slide on top of you.
This should be embarrassed.
So yeah, we'll get to Lowe a little bit later on in the show, folks. Like I said, I had a little run-in with his fat ass about an hour ago. So I guess apparently he doesn't like me anymore. But okay, that's cool. We'll get to him a little bit later. We'll get to him on the B side of the show. Yeah, we'll get to a little later. But yeah, I'll expose his fat ass a little bit later, folks. He's a complete monkey, and I called him out on it, and he kicked me off his show, which I found to be a little bit disrespectful, right? Like, you're the one chimping out on Twitter, right? You know, I saw a clip of his fat ass chimping out, over De'Aaron Fox. I know a lot of you guys probably saw that. So I called into his show because I seen he was doing like a, one YouTuber versus like, mad NBA fans or something, right? So I called in. I'm like, I wanted to press him about it. Like, why are you chimping out on Twitter over De'Aaron Fox? And then you're on YouTube talking about Aston's, like, this great player. Like, did you not see Aston get his ass beat in the playoffs? Like, we didn't hear you. Where was this smoke for Aston? That's my problem with these monkeys. But like I said, I'm going to get to him in a second. I want to talk to you guys about Aston, though, real quick before we get to that. So, once again, right? The only two teams, ladies and gentlemen, that have cap space outside of the Lakers this summer are the Brooklyn Nets and the Chicago Bulls, okay? We're talking about two of the worst ran teams in the NBA. The Brooklyn Nets and the Chicago Bulls, all right? So they clearly need help. They need as much help as they possibly can get, all right? But like I told you guys, that doesn't mean they want Aston. You got these Laker pie trashers, right? They're running around saying, oh, well, the Nets have the money. They can do it. Yeah, they can do it. That doesn't mean they will do it. Yeah, you're right. They do have the money. Doesn't mean they want to give it to Aston. Same with Chicago. Doesn't mean they want to give it to him, right? They're not interested because the only ones that are interested are y'all. Y'all are the ones inflating his value, trying to make it seem like he's valued around the NBA when the reality is nobody wants this bum. Now, let's get to this article. Now, this is Tyler Watts, folks. You guys know Tyler. We've talked about Tyler Watts. He's one of those mayonnaise media motherfuckers. Okay, let me show you a picture of Tyler. Give me 1 second, chat. So yeah, this is Tyler Watts. Okay. So yeah, he's one of those Aston Reaves nerd fanboys. Okay, this is Tyler, chat. Okay. So once again, we'll read his little shitty article, but you have to take everything this dude says with a grain of salt. He's one of Aston's biggest fanboys in the media, right? And you guys can clearly see why. Okay? You honestly can't make this stuff up. You just really can't. Okay? So let's go ahead and get into this article from Tyler Watts, right? Probably wrote it from his mom's kitchen. So yeah, let's get into this article from Tyler Watts. Yeah. Okay. Sure. So yeah, he writes an article 2 hours ago. Title of the article says, "New intel on Aston Reaves makes Lakers' likelihood of keeping him clear." Now you guys got to pay attention to that title. New intel on Aston Reaves makes the Lakers' likelihood of keeping him clear, right? So Mark Stein, ladies and gentlemen, he wrote an article, okay, I believe today. And in this article, he says that the Lakers are expected to re-sign Aston. And the reason why might shock you guys, okay? Let me just go ahead and skim through this article. Let's pick it up right here. So Mark Stein also noted that the outside suitors for Reaves are unknown. He says the Nets and the Pistons are unlikely to pursue the Lakers star.
Austin Reaves. Foul baiter.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you guys a question. Just 2 days ago, I believe it was Dan Wojcicki, right? It was Dan Wojcicki, if I'm not mistaken, that said the Nets were going to pursue Aston, right? Let me make sure I have this correct. Wasn't that Dan Wojcicki, chat, just like 2 days ago? Hold on, chat. I want to make sure I have this correct. Yeah. This was literally 2 days ago, chat. 2 days ago. So let me get this straight, chat, because I want to make sure I got this correct. So 2 days ago, the Brooklyn Nets were expected to offer Aston a 4-year, $178 million contract per Dan Wojcicki. Now, if you guys don't know who Dan Wojcicki is, what do you know? Another mayonnaise media motherfucker. You actually can't make this stuff up. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny here, folks. This stuff is insane. You can't make this stuff up. Just 2 days ago, the mayonnaise media were pushing a narrative that the Brooklyn Nets were expected to offer Aston a contract. This was 2 days ago. Now, 2 days later, we get another report from Mark Stein, and he says that the suitors for Austin Reaves are unknown. He says the Nets and the Pistons are unlikely to pursue the Lakers star. Well, what changed, chat, in the last 2 days? What changed, chat? Did Aston's stats change in the last 2 days? What happened? How 2 days ago they were going to offer him a contract for $178 million to now today Mark Stein saying the Nets is unlikely to pursue him? Oh, that's right. That's right. It was never real to begin with. It was never real to begin with. I told y'all, this is what they do. And by they, I mean Aston and his camp. They use the media to push propaganda for the sorry saltines. The mayonnaise media pushes propaganda for the sorry saltines. Why do you think Aston's agent blocked me? Why do you think Jovan Booty blocked me? Because we've been exposed them. And the fans aren't dumb. The fans even are waking up and realizing all these reports that we get on a daily basis are all bullshit. Rich Paul just went on the Pat McAfee show. He said everything that's out there about LeBron James is all a lie. I'm his agent, and I haven't even had a conversation with LeBron about what he's going to do. That's what Rich Paul said 2-3 days ago on the Pat McAfee show. But yet, every day we're getting a report about LeBron is going to ask for a max. LeBron is going to go to Cleveland. LeBron is going to go to New York. LeBron is going to stay in LA. LeBron is going to go play with Steph Curry and the Warriors. Every day it's a new report, a new article, a new clickbait headline. Folks, it's all bullshit. Okay, shout out to the Tethernator with the $2 super chat.
Don't be a fanboy. Take off your Laker jersey.
He said nothing happened. The mayonnaise media was lying. Exactly. Let's continue on, folks. So yeah, Mark Stein noted the outside suitors for Reaves are unknown. He says the Nets and the Pistons are unlikely to pursue the Lakers star. The only other options are Chicago and the Hawks. Once again, according to who? Do you guys see how it's all just one big web of lies? So we got Mark Stein, right? He's also a part of the mayonnaise media. I told y'all, it's too many of these people to count, right? He's also a part of the mayonnaise media. So just 2 days ago, Dan Wojcicki said the Nets were going to offer him a deal. Now Mark Stein says that's not going to happen. But now Mark Stein is saying the only other options are Chicago. Or no, I'm tripping. This is an article from Tyler. I'm sorry. I forgot. This is from Tyler Watts. Okay. I'm sorry, chat. My bad, chat. I forgot who actually wrote this article that we're reading. Yeah, this is all from Tyler Watts. Another one of these mayonnaise media motherfuckers. Yeah. I'm sorry, chat. I forgot. This is who wrote the article. Yeah. Tyler Watts. Yeah. I'm sure he's got the sources, right, chat? Chat, I'm sure he's got the source, right? I'm sure Tyler knows what's going to happen with Chicago. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he knows, the ownership group over there in Chicago. I'm sure they text him every day like, yeah, this is what we're doing, Yeah, I'm sure he's in communication with the Bulls GM, right? Are we fucking serious here? So Dan Wojcicki, real quick, let's recap this real quick one more time. Dan Wojcicki 2 days ago says the Nets are going to offer Aston a deal. Now Mark Stein is coming out and saying that ain't going to happen. So let's continue on with this article from Tyler Watts. So Tyler says the only other options are Chicago and the Hawks. The Bulls have cap space, but are just entering a rebuild. Atlanta could create the cap space by letting Kuminga walk. No team is certain to be in on Reaves, which makes his return even more likely. So, folks, what Trevor Lane and the mayonnaise media, what they've been telling us for the last few weeks is that we're basically going to have to get into a bidding war with Brooklyn and with Chicago because they're going to have the money to offer Aston. But Mark Stein just came out today and said, yeah, they're not really all that interested. So, here we go. Another free agency where Aston is available and nobody wants him. But yet, you'll speak with Laker fans on Twitter, and these brain-dead idiots will tell you, oh, we can't let go of the asset. We got to sign them. Really? Let me ask you guys a question. If Jaden McDaniels became available right now, do you guys think contending teams would reach out to the Minnesota Timberwolves if Jaden McDaniels became available? Let's just say right now, the Timberwolves are like, yeah, we want to trade Jaden McDaniels. All the contenders would be lining up with trade offers. The Lakers would want him. Denver would want him. OKC would take him. The Spurs would take him. All the contending teams would want Jaden McDaniels. Chat, Mark Stein just said the Brooklyn Nets won't even pursue Aston. And they got the money. They got the cap space to do it. They can sign him outright. They don't even got to trade nobody. They can sign him outright. The Brooklyn Nets don't even want him. But you'll have a conversation with Faker fans, and they'll tell you how valuable this bum actually is. It's literally insane. It's insane. You said he's way better than Aston. Exactly. Okay. You're getting blocked, dude. That's insane. You're just insane, dude. You got to get blocked for that. You got to get blocked for that. I'm sorry. You said all these clowns most definitely not only get paid by Aston in his camp, but they sell their cheeks too. Wow. So this is like a package deal? That's crazy. Okay, shout out to Unforgiven Sounds with the $5 super chat.
I'm a rolling stone.
Austin Reaves. Foul baiter.
He said, I'll bet anyone $200 that White Wild Boar will sign his opt-in contract for a prove-it year on the Lakers farm. No one wants boar head pork.
I'm too wild for you to own. In a whip that's meant to speed. If I hurt you,
Austin
would you
Reaves.
leave?
Foul baiter.
I learned the game from some heavyweights. Catching buses, making change from another place.
I gotta read that again. He said, I'll bet anyone $200 that White Wild Boar will sign his opt-in contract for a prove-it year on the Lakers farm. No one wants boarhead pork rinds. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, this Wild Boar is insane, dude. That's what if I'm the Lakers, that's what he would have to do. Yeah, you if he opts out, you crazy if you opt out. You might want to opt in. And let's improve it again, and you coming off the bench next year. We bring you off the bench. But if you want to opt out, like I said, see, this is what Trevor Lane and Jovan Booty, see, they're lying to Laker fans, right? And this is what I mean when I say that. They want y'all to think, and I've already said this before, but I'm going to say it again. Trevor Lane and Laker fans, they believe that free agency is like, winning the lottery for these dudes. Right? No. Free agency for LeBron is like the lottery, right? Every team has a blank check. And they're waiting on you to decide what you're going to do. He's going to hold up the entire free agency, period. You guys remember in 2010 when LeBron took meetings with Chicago, New York. He took meetings with Miami, the Clippers, Cleveland. He took meetings with like at least 5 teams, chat. And all of those teams thought they had a realistic chance of getting LeBron, and they would have given, LeBron a blank check. They would have gave him whatever he wanted to come and play for their team. only select players get that treatment in free agency, right? For the rest of y'all, for the majority of y'all, this is not going to be a process to where it's like, you know, this ain't going to be a pleasant process. I'll just say that. You know, this ain't going to be a pleasant process for Aston in 2 weeks. You know, if he thinks the Lakers are going to be like, hey, buddy, hey, here's your $200 million check. You know, if you think Rob Pelinka's knocking on your door to come hand you $200 million, you're insane, dude. Not after the performance you just put up in the playoffs, dude. You're insane. And Trevor Lane, like I said, he has convinced Laker fans that that's what's going to happen. I told y'all, Trevor Lane is poor. Jovan Booty is poor. Jason Simp is poor. Okay? So it's easy for them to sit around and say, oh, well, Austin deserves $40 million. That's easy for you to say. You're poor. You're not paying him. It's not going to come out of your pocket. You ain't got $40 million to pay Aston. You ain't got $40 million to pay yourself. But yet they talk about this upcoming contract as if, you know, it's just like going to be like this easy thing that Mark Walter is going to sign off on. You're out of your mind if you think that's going to be the case. You're out of your mind. This ain't Jeannie Buss running the organization. If it was, I'm going to be honest, chat, he'd probably get the money. He'd probably get the money, bro. Like, real talk. If Jeannie was running this team, I probably wouldn't even be having this conversation because he'd probably get the money under Jeannie. But under Mark Walter, Rob Pelinka's going to have to explain this. See, under Jeannie, Rob Pelinka, he had free reign to basically do whatever he wanted to do. Now, under Mark Walter, you're going to have to explain why he's worth $200 million. And quite frankly, nobody's even buying that.
You cannot overpay for players. And the standard in LA isn't the regular season, where Austin Reaves' numbers are pretty darn good. Let's go to his last 3 postseasons. The Lakers are 3-13. He averages 17 a game. He shoots 28% from three-point, and he's a disaster plus minus. Oh, yeah, he is a defensive liability. Both his body and his body of work are not good. So do you want to pay that $46, $47, $48 million annually? Don't be a fanboy. Take off your Laker jersey. I'm just trying to get my paper straight, girl. Don't be a fanboy. Take off your Laker jersey.
Okay, shout out to Jordan C with the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, man. You said when it rains, it bores. Exactly. Exactly. Shout out to Soul Glow as well. We got Certified Steppers. He said facts. Don't nobody need Aston. We got Pacey. He says, plus remember, Reg, magic is in Mark Walter's ear. Exactly. Let me say this as well too, chat. Because this is what a lot of people are saying, right? On social media. People are saying you can't lose them and blah, 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 right? You got to retain the asset and blah, blah, blah. You want to know what nobody's actually talking about, chat? In this whole ordeal? Nobody's talking about basketball. Have you guys noticed that? Because if we just take money out the equation, right? Like, let's just take the money. Let's just say, you know, the money wasn't an issue, right? From a basketball perspective, they can't even explain why it makes sense to keep him and pair him with Luka. They can't explain it. You want to know why? Because there's no argument. It's not even about pairing him with Luka. He's been paired with Luka. He's been paired with D'Angelo Russell. he's been paired with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and he couldn't win with any of them. So it ain't just about the Luka pairing, because I know that's what they'll say, you know. But it's not even just about the Luka pairing. You can't win no matter who you pair him with. You can't win. This is just playoff record, folks, dating back to 2023. We have 4 years of data. People think like, you know, this is like a new thing, right? Oh, you guys are only just judging him off of this year. Or, oh, you guys are only judging him off of last year. No, we're judging him off the last 4 playoff runs. And the data is out there. It doesn't make sense from a basketball perspective to have him in your starting lineup. He's not a starter if you're trying to win a championship. Now, sure, if you're like some bottom feeder NBA team and you plan on winning, you know, a handful of games and that's it, okay, sure. He can start on maybe, I don't know where, Washington. I don't even think he could start over there, but whatever. I'm just throwing a team out there, right? Sure. If you plan on being the worst team in the league, yeah, go ahead and start him. But if you think you're going to be a serious title contending team with 2 unathletic white boys as the focal point of your team, you're not a serious NBA fan. You're not serious. You're just not serious. Like I said, white boys play baseball and they play hockey. The blacks play basketball and football. Okay? These saltines on the screen, you want to know what they are, chat, to the blacks? They're food. That's the reality. The numbers show it. The results show it. And that can't be argued. So once you bring that up, right, these dudes start talking about fake stats. You know, that's all they talk about on Twitter is fake stats. You know, I told these clowns on Twitter, I said, you know, Jalen Brunson is better than Luka. They're like, oh, no, Luka's better than Jalen Brunson. Look at his numbers. That's all they care about, chat, is fake stats. This is the era we're living in. Stat culture. That's all this is, chat. Stat culture. They don't care about winning anymore. They don't care about winning anymore. It's about stats now. Right? So we can get swept in the semifinals versus OKC. Fans going to talk about, well, Aston averaged 20. They don't care that we got swept. They don't care that none of his points contributed to victories. They could care less. This is the modern NBA fan. Why do you guys think we created the NBA fan chart? We haven't whipped out the NBA fan chart in a little minute. Folks, why do you guys think we created the NBA fan chart? This is why. I've been ahead of the curve, folks. We have 5 different archetypes of NBA fans. You have trolls, you have goofies, you have clowns, you have fanboys, and you have casuals. Okay? The majority of these fans fall into one of these categories, folks. They do. What's a fanboy? A fanboy is a person that only watches one team or player. Excuse me, my bad, chat. They root for their team to win every game. They pretend to know basketball when in reality, they don't.
There's literally channels dedicated to low basketball IQ that just like to shred guys like Austin Reaves. I never knew, so somebody pointed me in that direction. I couldn't even watch 5 seconds of it, bro. I lost brain cells just being there. There's some real Bron Glazers that just like to hate on everybody not named LeBron, and they're looking really silly right now because, you know, they like to talk trash about me for giving Austin Reaves his obvious due props. Another 30 piece. What you got to say now, clown? You know, so it's like they always got something to say, man. Get these clowns off of my TV screen. Listen, I will never go back on that channel, not even for 5 seconds.
Chat, we got an idiot. I want you guys to listen to this, chat. We got Ron Tizzy. He's on the spectrum. He's a little bit slow. He says, that's not fair, because when every time you want to bring LeBron up as the greatest, all you do is talk about his stats. Now you're saying stats don't matter. Which one is it, bro? Chat. Pay attention here. Okay? So we're having a conversation, right? I want to show you guys just how stupid NBA fans actually are. Okay? We're having a conversation about Aston. Right? This dude is undrafted. He's a fraud. He's a bum. He's been carried his whole career by other superstars. He's never done shit in the NBA. That's who we're talking about, right? This idiot, Ron Tizzy, he then is taking the conversation and now he's trying to deflect it to LeBron James, right? That right there is idiotic in and of itself. Okay? Because I'm talking about Aston, who is a bum. And you want to deflect the conversation to LeBron James. For what reason? How does LeBron correlate with Aston? How do those two things correlate? One guy is the GOAT. The other guy is a role-playing bum. How do you even equate the two? Right? That's how I know you're like stupid. Right? Okay, so cool. So you want to bring LeBron into the conversation. Okay, cool. So then you say, all you do is talk about his stats, and now you're saying stats don't matter. Which one is it? Well, the last time I checked, Ron Tizzy, let me show you this, dude, because you might be, like I said, you might be new here. I got a graphic for you. The last time I checked Ron Tizzy, LeBron James has won 4 championships in his career. He's won 4 championships. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm talking about Aston Reaves. Has Aston won a championship, dude? Does he win playoff games, dude? No. All he has are these fake, empty calorie stats that don't contribute to winning. The difference between LeBron and Aston, LeBron's stats contribute to winning. Aston's stats contribute to losing. Do you see the difference, you idiot? Do you see the difference now? What are we talking about? Wow, these niggas are actually retarded. Yo, if you send one more chat in all caps, I'm gonna block you, Ron Tizzy. We don't give a shit, dude. Okay, you're blocked. Take care, pussy. Fuck out of here. You're retarded anyway. You belong on one of those, goofball channels. Why don't you head over to Dreamers Pro? Take care.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.
I'm so in love.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.
I want to get back every day because it means so much to me.
Yeah. Take care, pussy. We'll see you over there on Dreamers Pro, okay? We'll catch you on Legend of Winning, you stupid fuck. I'm over to my Ashton Reaves. He bring LeBron up in the conversation. Like, how do those two things even correlate? Like, seriously. Like the players that, like, if you're going to compare, and I said this on the show we did last night, right? I said, yo, I don't think it's fair that people compare Wemby to LeBron. I don't think that's a fair comparison. I said, if people are going to compare Wemby to somebody, they should compare him to the Joker. They should compare him to Tim Duncan, you know, Hakeem, players like that, right? We're talking about Ashton Reaves, and this dumbass nigga going to bring up LeBron James. How does that even correlate in your brain? You got to be retarded. You're on the spectrum. If you're going to mention somebody in LeBron's conversation, you know who's in that range? Who's in that, you know, on that level? We're talking Michael Jordan, right? We're talking like, you know, yeah, that's really about it. Michael Jordan. That's really it. Kareem, you know. Those are the players on LeBron level, if you're trying to draw a comparison. But I'm over to my Ashton Reaves, and then you bring up LeBron. Horrible comparison. Don't try to this is what niggas do, and I noticed that a lot of niggas do this shit, bro. When you're having conversations, right? You'll make a point, and this is what them niggas do on that trash ass channel FYF, right? You'll make a point about something, and then they'll bring up something completely unrelated, and then they'll use a completely unrelated point or argument to be like, oh well, I'm just trying to see if your argument makes sense. It's like, dude, you're comparing things that shouldn't even be compared. If I'm talking about Ashton and his shitty career, why would you then try to use LeBron as a comparison? You'd have to be retarded. Why don't you bring... It would have made more sense, you idiot, if you would have brought up Fred VanVleet. That would have been a fairer comparison. He was undrafted as well. Oh, but here's the difference. He's actually better than Ashton. He's an NBA champion, Fred VanVleet. He's been an all-star. But even that would have been a fairer comparison if you would have brought up Fred VanVleet. You go to LeBron fucking James. That's how I know you're stupid. Yeah, that's why you got blocked, nigga, because you're stupid. I don't have time to argue with stupid niggas. You're retarded. This is what y'all do all day on the internet. You'll be having a conversation about a role player, and then niggas will come out the blue talking about LeBron. Well, LeBron did it. Well, what about LeBron? What? What? Like, yo, you're actually retarded, dude. You're actually retarded. Like, actually. Genuinely. You're actually stupid. That was like a stupid comparison. Like, seriously. You thought you ate with that, right? No, you're actually retarded. So, yeah, get off the show, pussy. So, yeah. What are y'all talking about in the chat, man? You said Fox and Luka wouldn't work. Fox isn't a shooter like that, and he's on the ball more, not good off ball. Okay. You said Fred VanVleet is cold, bro, not even comparable to Ashton. Yeah, I would take VanVleet over Ashton, obviously. You know, he's clearly better. Like, I mean, he's got more accolades, more accomplishments than Ashton, you know. But this is what stat culture does, right? This is what stat culture breeds. It breeds, you know, idiot fans. That's what it breeds. Oh, he's calling in. Okay. We got Ron Ton, the idiot, retard. What's going on, dude?
What's up, Reg, man? You know I rock with you. It's nothing but love, bro.
Oh, now it's love. Okay.
No, because listen, I don't get it, right? No, listen, I rock with you, Reg. I don't agree with you all the time, but I rock with you, right?
Okay.
I don't understand how you can say Austin Reaves has an impact of winning, and for the last 6, 7 years, he's been on the same team with LeBron. We ain't won nothing, bro. So if Austin Reaves not impacting winning, neither is LeBron. And don't get it twisted. Listen, I'm on your side, Reg. I don't believe Austin Reaves is him. I don't want you to think I'm an Austin Reeves supporter, you feel me? But I'm just saying, call it down the middle, bro. We ain't won nothing since 2020. And LeBron and Austin been on the same team, bro. That's all I'm saying. I agree with you 1,000,000%. He is not the answer, bro. No shape, form, and fashion. I agree with you. But I just call it down the middle, bro. That's all. But I rock with you, though. Ain't nothing but love, bro.
Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Okay.
I just wanted to make that clear because I didn't want you to think I didn't want you to insinuate that I was an Austin Reeves fanboy because I'm really not, bro. I'm really not. I'm just a Lakers fan that just keep it a buck all the way around the board.
Yeah. Sure. So are you done now? So can I go?
Absolutely, bro. It's your channel.
So did you literally just hear what I just said?
About what part?
Okay, so the first thing is, like, if I'm having a conversation about Aston, right? Do you understand why it doesn't make any sense to then bring LeBron into the conversation?
The only reason why I did, bro, because you brought up stats. And I said, I'm one of them people who don't go by stats either, bro. Either you're going to win it or you're going to lose it. But I noticed people like to bring up stats to like denigrate somebody, but then they say, oh, stats don't matter. Oh, look at this stat. But then when it comes to promoting LeBron as the GOAT, which I believe he got an argument, fair argument. Anybody who believes LeBron the GOAT, I'm not mad at you. They'll bring up LeBron stats. So I'm like, you can't bring up stats to elevate somebody, but then say stats don't matter with somebody else. That's just not keeping it a buck, Reg. That's all.
No, you're not listening, and this is the problem, right? You're talking, but you're not listening. So when it comes to the stat conversation, the point that I was trying to make was that some guys are scoring empty calorie points. They're putting up empty calorie stats, meaning their stats are not contributing to winning, right?
I agree. I agree.
Okay, cool. So when it comes to somebody like Aston, that's what I'm talking about. So then you bring up LeBron, who is not even in this conversation, but okay, cool. You bring up LeBron. And then you say, oh, but y'all do the same thing with LeBron. Well, no, it's actually the complete opposite with LeBron. His stats contribute to winning, which is why he's a 4-time champion. Do you see the fundamental difference? Aston's stats contribute to losing. LeBron's stats contribute to winning. You're trying to flip this into a GOAT debate conversation.
No, bro.
It's ridiculous.
No, I'm not here to try to debate whether LeBron. That's not the conversation. I'm just saying if we're going to articulate stats for one person, we got to do it for everybody. We can't pick and choose when stats matter.
You're literally not listening. I literally just told you all stats are not equal.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
So hold on. So do you agree with that last statement?
Absolutely.
Okay, then. So why do you keep trying to act like you don't understand what I'm saying if you just said you understand?
Okay,
you understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Right. Okay, so let
me ask you a question. Does Aston Reeves' stats contribute to us winning? Yes or no?
No. Okay, now let me ask you a question. In the last 7 years, has LeBron James stats contributed to us winning?
Before I answer your question, because I'm gonna answer your question, but before I answer that question, this is why I say you're a little bit on the spectrum. Because if we're having a conversation about Aston, right? Why do you then bring up LeBron and put him in the conversation?
Because I think it's going. Because I don't think you can. No, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna tell you what. Okay, go ahead.
Let me ask the chat. How does LeBron and how are those two players even comparable? If you're gonna stop.
Reg,
if we're having a conversation about Aston, wouldn't it? The dude is undrafted, never made an All-Star team, never been All-NBA, never won a title, never won a Finals MVP, never made an All-Star team, never did nothing, right? Wouldn't it make sense to bring up another undrafted player that never did nothing and use him to compare to Aston? Why would you compare Aston to LeBron? That makes no sense.
I'm gonna tell you because their teammates and their tenure together has been about the same results, bro. Now just hear me out, right?
So
Now,
let me
if
ask
you
you a
answer yes,
question. So
listen,
would it
hold on.
make
If you
sense?
answer
So
yes,
would it make
if you
sense to compare Anthony Davis to Max Christie when they were both teammates on the Lakers? Would that make sense?
if you were trying to blame the Lakers' faults on Max Christie, yes, and that's what I was going to ask you. Okay, I get it, right? This is the first year that we asked Austin Reaves to be in a lead role, whether it's the number 1 or the number 2 or whatever. Other than that, his tenure with the Lakers, he has always been a role player. So I don't get off where people saying our playoff failures rest on a role player. What NBA team playoff failures rest on a role player, bro? You have to blame the stars for that. Now, this year, I'll be your Huckleberry. You're right. He had a chance to take the lead role, and whether it was injury or whatever it was, he didn't fulfill his obligations. I'm with you. I'm one of them dudes said he shouldn't sniff near a max contract. I'm with you, bro. But at the same time, it ain't like our tenure with these two as a tandem, whether one has been successful, bro. We lost in the playoffs every year, and I can't blame every year on Austin because Austin wasn't the main guy. I can't do that. I just can't put all the blame on him. Does he deserve some? Yes. As a team unit, absolutely. He gets his portion of the blame. But I'm not going to sit up there and make it seem like the Lakers' failures rest on Austin Reaves. It don't start. It don't start with Austin.
If you're not going to do that, then that lets me know you're not watching Lakers basketball.
Bro,
And if
I
you
watch
are,
every game.
if you are, okay, I got to be able to speak.
Go ahead.
Because you
Without
keep
a question.
interrupting when I'm trying to speak.
Go ahead, bro. It's your show.
So you're saying we can't blame the Lakers' failures on Aston, even though every single playoff run, he's the one getting targeted. He's the one other coaches are attacking in their scheme, in their game plan. But we can't blame him. How does that make any sense?
Bro, listen, bro. Listen, bro. Just like Austin don't play defense, LeBron don't play defense.
See, here you
Luka
go.
don't play.
See,
I'm just telling you.
Stop. No, stop.
No, because you're talking about something with a team aspect, right?
No, I'm not doing this with you. Chat, we can't even have a conversation about Aston. He talk about he don't want to blame. He literally just said he can't blame Aston for everything. But whenever we're talking about Aston, he goes to LeBron. We can't even have a conversation about Aston without you bringing up LeBron.
I don't think he's him. I'm not one of these dudes who think we should keep him to try to contain the asset. If he want Max, let him walk. Rebuild it around Luka. Give LeBron whatever money y'all gonna give him, and let's just run it back without Austin. Because I don't want to get stuck with a bad contract. Even with LeBron at the max, at least we know it's only 1 year.
You've already said this, bro. We get it, right? You're not a fan of
Right.
Aston. We get it. Let me go back to what I just said, right? You said that we can't blame Aston. But,
I can't, bro.
But I have said here on this show, and the chat will tell you, I have said on this show for 4 straight summers, and I've watched this man since the Denver series in 23 get attacked and hunted on defense every single postseason. And you're telling me we can't blame him?
No, bro. It's more than one side of the ball, Reg. It's more, I'm just sorry, bro. I listen, I love you. You smart as hell. You feel me? Everything you be saying be like, you be there, but just some things I just got a different opinion on. That's all. It ain't no argument, no nothing. You believe one way, I believe in the other. I'm not saying you don't have valid points. It's a lot of validity to what you're saying, but I'm saying I don't think it all I'm saying is I don't think it all rests on Austin Reaves. That's all, bro. I agree with you. He's not a max player. I actually think he's overrated too. But I can't blame our Laker failures during his tenure solely on him. I just can't do that. That's not being fair to him.
No, it is being fair. It is being fair.
Is he who the media is trying to depict him to be? Absolutely not.
No. Stop right there. So LeBron James comes to the Lakers in 2018, right? As a 3-time champion, right? So he comes with credibility. He comes with cachet. He comes with proof of concept. Anthony Davis comes as a number 1 pick. You know, he's led his team deep into the postseason, blah, 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 whatever, right? In their first year together, they win the championship, right?
Okay.
Okay, cool. So we have proof of concept with a LeBron James, Anthony Davis duo, right?
Okay.
Okay. So now when we start switching out the rest of the team, right? We switch out Caruso, when we bring in Russ, and we switch out KCP, and we bring in, you know, all these other different guys, right? Austin Reaves, whoever. They have to be the ones that we're paying attention to. Why? Because we already know we can win with LeBron and AD because we already done it.
Not fair,
no,
bro.
Stop. Don't interrupt. That's your problem. You don't listen. You're not listening, right? Just listen for a second. You niggas just want to listen to respond. You're not even trying to hear what I'm saying. So once again, LeBron James and Anthony Davis won in their first year playing together. There's already proof of concept. Russell Westbrook came. We couldn't win with him. Who we blame? We blame Russ. D'Lo came. We gave him a chance. We couldn't win with him. You gotta go. Dennis Schroeder, this nigga came twice. He came to this team 2 times. Two separate stints. We couldn't win with him. You gotta go. Darvin Ham, you came here. We gave you a chance. Realized we couldn't win with you. You gotta go. Everybody that came and went, and we realized we couldn't win, they had to go, and Laker fans have a problem with it. None of y'all fought when Darvin Ham got fired. None of y'all fought when Dennis Schroeder got let go. None of y'all fought when D'Lo got traded. Aston, the same exact thing. You came here. We gave you 4 years now. Every single season, we're getting clapped. You're the one they're targeting. Every single playoff run. And I got niggas on the phone talking about, well, we can't blame him. So who we supposed to blame? The nigga we won with already? We supposed to blame him, right? We supposed to blame our CEO. Not the new employee that got here, but we're going to blame our CEO. Come on, man. You don't make sense with what you're saying. I would be agreeing with you if there was no proof of concept with LeBron. Then I would be agreeing with you. But we already have proof of concept with LeBron. We don't have no proof of concept with JJ Redick. We don't have no proof of concept with Rui. We don't have no proof of concept with Aston. Really, nobody on this team is there a proof of concept with that you can win with other than LeBron. He's the only one. And instead of y'all blaming the people that you're supposed to be blaming, you blame LeBron James because you are a casual and you don't know what you're talking about and you don't know basketball.
I refute that because I've been watching this thing since the 80s, since Showtime. Reg, I'm not a young dude, but I've seen a lot of basketball. Basically, let me say, I've watched and studied a lot of basketball. I was a hell of a basketball player myself. But let me just say, the only reason why I refute that, because if you go on that route, you can't blame Austin Reaves. You got to blame Rob Pelinka because he's the one who dismantled the championship team. The team that we had that was built around AD and LeBron, he dismantled that. Not Austin Reaves, bro. Not Austin Reaves. The proof of concept in winning we had. We knew the formula that it took to win. Why did he deviate from that? You can't blame Austin from that, Reg. I'm just sorry, you can't. That's on Rob Pelinka. Rob Pelinka wanted to bring Buddy Hield and DeMar DeRozan. Miles Turner. Not that I think that would have made it better, but no, LeBron and AD went and asked for Brody. You feel me? So, I can't blame that on Austin Reaves. Is he the prize everybody trying to make him out to be? Absolutely not. But I can't give him all the blame for our failures. Can he play defense? Absolutely not. One of the worst I've ever seen. But if that's the case, neither can Luka. Luka worse than him. He's just unathletic, and he tried. Luka don't even try. So I get it. Yeah, there's blame to go around, but I can't blame all our failures on Aston Reaves. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to debate with you. I ain't trying to argue with you. I'm not trying to make it seem like you wrong. It's all about the eye of the beholder. Whatever you see, we can be looking at the same picture, Reg, but we can get two different interpretations of it. And that don't necessarily mean you wrong. That don't necessarily mean I'm wrong. It just means there's a difference. But like I said, I don't believe he's him. I don't think he's the superstar everybody trying to make him out to believe. But I don't believe you can fault all our failures solely on Austin Reaves. When Rob Pelinka had a hand in that,
Bro,
AD
you're
had a
saying
hand
the
in that
same
staying
thing
hurt.
over and over again, gang.
Because it makes sense. It makes
No,
sense,
it
right?
doesn't. You're saying the same thing over
So
and
so
over
if
and
so
over again.
so you saying, okay, let me ask you a question. After the 2020 championship, right?
Bro, you're not
Why
saying
didn't we
nothing
run it back?
nobody
What listen,
doesn't
hold
know.
on. Why
We
didn't we run
know
it back?
Rob Pelinka is a shitty GM. Everybody
Okay,
knows that. You're not
right,
saying
but
anything.
okay, but yes,
I'm
I
not
am, bro,
talking
because
about
you
Rob
keep trying to
Pelinka.
say,
I'm
listen,
talking
bro,
about
you
this
keep trying to
white
say the
boy.
failures. You keep trying to say the failures of us over the last 6 seasons been solely on Austin
I
Reeves.
never said that. You said that. I never said
Okay,
the
well,
last 6
that's what
seasons.
I said. That's what I took out of it. So I apologize. That's what I thought you were saying. So
No,
I
I never
apologize.
said that.
I thought you were saying that. And I'm
I
saying I just
literally
think it's
did.
more blame to
We're
go
doing
around.
the show. Quit trying to change the topic and the narrative, dude. Like, just
Nah,
stop.
bro, I'm just hey yo,
No,
listen,
just
Reg,
stop.
when
Just
when a
stop.
nigga right, he right, bro. You
We're
can't
doing
fight the
a
truth.
topic on Aston. Everybody
Okay.
knows Rob Pelinka is a shitty GM. You're not saying
Okay,
anything that nobody
okay, so we on
knows.
Ashton. So all I'm saying is I don't think you can blame all our failures on him. Just to be
Okay,
fair.
and
That's all I'm saying.
and respectful. Okay, so let me ask you. So who should we blame then?
I think it's collectively. I think it's Rob Pelinka first and
Okay.
foremost.
So if it was a pie, who and I'm not talking about no GM that's not even playing. I'm saying on the floor, on the court, this past playoff run, who deserved the most blame?
Our whole perimeter.
Yeah, you're not
Because
being
listen,
completely disingenuous.
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a
No.
question.
You're not. You didn't
And
answer my question.
listen, I just told you, ask me who do I blame? And you said I can't blame the GM, so we can't talk about the construction. So we got to talk about the players and what they're not capable of doing. Until this year, we didn't have a point of attack, a defender.
Who deserved the most blame for us getting swept by OKC?
Luka. Because
he wasn't playing. Okay, see, like that's what I'm saying, bro. You're not serious, bro. Go ahead,
I'm being, bro. If you think,
you're not serious.
No, hold on. Let me ask
you
you a
know it's
question.
Aston, and you don't want to say it.
No,
So
hold on. No. Let me ask you a question.
I'm done.
Hey, yo,
Go
let me
ahead.
ask you a question. And this just
I'm good. I don't want
straight
to answer your
back.
question. Go ahead,
No,
444. I'm good.
do you think
Hey,
that
I'm here. I'm here.
James,
I'm open. What's going on?
hold on. Do you think Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Rudy Hatchimore, and DeAndre Ayton were capable of beating the OKC Thunder? He didn't stand a shot against them, bro, without Luka. And we barely stood a shot with Luka, bro. That's why I blame Luka, because you wasn't available. And it's the second year in a row you ain't been available. I don't care how much of a dog they say.
So multiple
Honest.
things can be true at once, right? You're kind
True.
of being disingenuous, right? Because even though your statement about Luca may be true, the statement about Aston Reeves is also very true.
Listen, I
So they both
never debunked that. I never said it wasn't.
okay.
I agree with Reg on that.
Now let me actually can I share something with you? This is my take on it, right?
Okay, go ahead, brother.
This is the reason why I blame Aston.
Okay.
When you get hired for a job that you know you're not qualified for, do you put any responsibility on the individual who knows that they're not qualified for the job, but they take the job anyway?
So I get hired to be. Let me just make sure I understand you clearly. I get hired for a job that I'm underqualified for.
Absolutely.
And you saying I should be the one to say no, I'm not qualified for this job,
So
give it to somebody else.
so yeah, I mean, in essence, I mean, if you want to frame it that way, yes, but I can frame it a little better for you. All right. What
Okay.
I'm saying is this: if let's say hypothetically, someone says, "Hey, I want to hire you to do fiber optics," but really and truly, I can only run Cat 5, Cat 6 cable. I know nothing about fiber optics. I don't know how to splice. I don't know any of that stuff. But I take the job because I'm greedy for the money, because I think I'm going to learn it on the job site. I think that maybe I can kind of finesse them, that maybe they won't catch me and realize that I'm really not qualified. But the meantime, I'm like messing shit up. I'm not doing shit the right way. I'm causing them money. I'm disappointing customers because I'm not qualified. What I'm saying is that at some point you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, yo, I'm not the guy. Like I'm not the guy. You know what I mean? Like what makes why I blame Aston Reaves is Aston Reaves knows that he's had an opportunity to be that guy that everybody thinks he is, and he's not that guy. But instead of him being reasonable, he's being
Wait a minute.
unreasonable and he's stealing money. That's
Wait
the
a minute.
reason why I blame Aston Reaves.
When did he have a hold on? When did he have
Go
a
ahead.
chance to prove that he was the guy? Because
This is
until
you
this
serious
year,
right
he's
now? When did
always
he
been a
have too a
role
chance?
player.
Wow.
I'm
This is too
just
mental gymnastics.
asking
Way too
because
much.
before this
No,
year,
hey,
he was
Reaves,
a
can I
role
say
player.
something to him real quick about when did he have a chance to prove it? Because he
Yeah,
can't
just
be
this year,
serious.
right? This year,
Bro, don't
right?
do that, bro.
Bro.
Do Too
Because
much you know how mental
last
many
year he
people they
wasn't a
got
number.
rid
Hold
of?
on,
Do you
hold
know
on.
how many?
Time out.
Listen, man.
Last
Listen,
year was he a number one or a number two
One at a
How many
option?
time.
people did they get
That
rid
don't
of to
matter.
keep him?
Wait, no, wait a minute.
Listen.
Yes, it do,
Number
bro. How
one,
you gonna?
number
two,
that don't matter. Listen,
Wait a minute.
everybody
Wait a
listen
minute.
real
Wait a
quick.
minute. Wait a
We
minute.
can
So now y'all
simply
trying to put.
prove
One at a time.
we can simply prove this is Aston Reeves' fault because with him, we are 3-16 in the playoffs. As soon as he's hurt and he's not on the floor, we
Wait a
win
minute.
in the
But we
playoffs.
three. But
Simple
guess
as
what?
that.
LeBron on that same team. We 3-16 with, bro.
Yeah,
No,
but with
without
LeBron
Aston, we
on
have
the team
a
without
winning record,
Aston, we
bro.
won.
Without Aston
Bro, wait
playing,
a
we've
minute.
got
Wait
a
a minute. Wait
winning
a minute.
record,
Time
bro.
out.
You know that,
Y'all
right?
saying? Wait a minute. Y'all saying
Something
without
wrong with
Ashton
you,
we won,
dude.
bro?
You
Do y'all
stress
know
the
the team
league.
that we had in 2020?
I'm talking about this year. Without Aston, this year we beat the
The Houston
Rockets
Rockets,
3
bro.
and 1 without him
Bro,
on the floor. So with
bro, that's
LeBron on the
comparing.
floor and without
Without our
him,
1 and
we're
2
winning.
option, without our number
Oh
1
my
and number 2
God,
option,
bro. Y'all,
we
y'all
beat
can't
them.
be
We're
serious,
winning.
bro. Are we talking
We
about
beat them
And
without our
y'all
number
the
1 and
during
number
the
Houston
2
Rockets?
season,
option with LeBron.
during the
You think
season,
Austin could have went out there
LeBron
without
James with role
LeBron
players was
and
just as
Luca?
good
No,
as
hold up.
Aston and
No,
Luca
hold
on the
up. Do
floor
you think
without
No,
LeBron.
no,
Austin could have went out there and won a game without LeBron and Luca? Hell
bro. We
no.
talking
Shut
about the
up.
Houston Rockets and KD didn't
No.
even
Shut
play.
up.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, fellas. We got Unforgiven Sounds with the $2 super chat. He said Ron Aston is the catalyst for losing. He knows that. He just playing contrarian, I guess. And a lot of niggas do that. You know, they'll call into the show. You know, they'll pretend like they don't understand what you're talking about. They'll pretend like they don't, like they don't get it. They know exactly what you're saying. They know exactly what you're talking about, and they're just committed to playing stupid. And that's what he's doing. We got Unforgiven Sounds with the $2 super chat. He says Aston should look in the mirror and say oink. But yeah, he hung up though, fellas, but yeah. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like I was saying, without all of the disturbance, simply without Aston, with just LeBron and the role players, we were 3-1 this year. That lets you know it was Aston. Because with Aston, 3-16, soon as he's off the floor, still with LeBron, we're 3-1. And LeBron and role players were just as good this season as Luka and Reaves on the floor without LeBron. So that tells you with them off the floor, we are just as good as team without them, and we can win playoff games without Aston and without Reaves. I mean, and without Luka. So that tells me whenever they aren't there, that we could win. And when they are there, what were we with Luka last year? We got gentlemen swept, and this year with Aston, we got swept.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean it's simple, but
It's simple.
but I don't know if you guys saw. Now I guess Mark Stein, I guess he's saying that Brooklyn's no longer, I guess, interested. They're not going to be pursuing him. Which I don't think
It was fake news.
Yeah, I don't think most of us believe that they would pursue him anyway. So
Hey, what you say, 444? That's the Ponzi scheme.
That's the Ponzi scheme, man. Aston man, this is crazy. You know what's so funny, right? And you look at the Spurs, everybody was saying that the Fox versus Harper, that the Spurs played better with Harper on the court than when Fox was on the court. It's easy for people to see and say that. Why is it so difficult for people to understand it about Aston? He doesn't affect winning. Like I just don't understand that. Like it's weird. I don't know what the infatuation is with Aston, with some of these guys. Sorry, man. We're better. We're a lot better as a team without Aston. It's just plain and simple.
But we are taught from a young age, bro. Like the mayonnaise boys, we supposed to coddle them all in school. That's what we always do. I'm done, bro. I'm holding their feet to the fire, my nigga, for real.
For real. And that's a good point for he doesn't affect winning. And I'll go right back to the Houston series. The game, the two games that he played, the first game he scored like 8 points, we lost by 14. The next game he scored 31 points, we lost by 14. So he literally had no impact on the game. Whether he scores 8 or whether he scores 31, it don't matter. He has no impact on the game. None of his points are game changing. They're not momentum swinging. They're not cutting down. They're not doing none of that. His points literally don't matter.
I went on,
and at the end of the day, bro, since he became a starter, we 3-13. Period. I don't understand what the argument is. How can you make an argument about that? Since he became a starter, we're 3-13, right?
I went on BKNY Hoops channel, and they had a white dude on there. He was a cool white dude though. I think his name is Gary or something. And so I don't think he's ever heard of me. So I go on the show and I'm like, yeah, BKNY is like, yeah, can you tell them about Aston and all that? So I'm like, yeah, no problem. So I'm like, the problem with Aston is he lacks the requisite athleticism to compete with blacks. And they started busting out laughing. But that's the reality. Aston lacks the requisite athleticism to compete with black players. And the longer that Laker fans continue to pander, because like I said, to me, if we just take the money off of the table, if we just having a basketball conversation, have Laker fans ever asked themselves why we're 3-16 with him over his last 19 games? Ask yourself why that is. I just told you why. He's a white boy. He's unathletic. He has 2 left feet. He can't guard black players. It's really that simple. And you can see it when you're watching the games if you're actually paying attention and not being a fanboy. If you actually take off your Laker jersey, you'll see it.
Don't be a fanboy. Take off your Laker jersey.
Yeah, it goes back to the plantation. KKK, man. We going right back to master. What I think the average American doesn't understand is that we's niggas. We was bred to be bigger, stronger, faster. The slave master took the biggest and the strongest, and he bred them with the women to get the biggest and strongest slaves that can work the hardest. And now in modern day times, how that translate, we bigger, faster, stronger when it comes to athletics. We were literally bred to be bigger, faster, and stronger than them. So whenever you try to put them on the same playing field as us, it's impossible. They don't even have the genetics to compete.
I mean, I think we saw that in this Spurs and New York series. Like, regardless, the one thing that was obvious, like it was a lot of athleticism, and if you had to have that to compete, man, like that's real. So I was looking at that series, and I asked myself, I was like, how would Aston look in this series? Like, imagine Aston on the Spurs trying to guard someone on New York, like. It just would look like it wouldn't look right. You know what I mean? Or vice versa.
We know what he would look like. Look what Luke Cornett was able to do. He could only get on the floor for 4 minutes.
Hey, that's true.
Because he
That
couldn't
is true, though.
compete.
Hey, that is
He
true.
couldn't even get
They
on the
started. They
floor.
started to attack. They started to attack Luke Cornett.
They started to
That's what
attack
they do.
him.
Like, and I'm tired because, like I said, I watch baseball, right? And if any of y'all watch baseball and y'all see how it's set up, there are hardly like, so every team has their own announcers, right? Like we have Stu and Lance or whatever their name was, Stu, Bill McDonald, whatever his name is, right? So every team has their own announcers in baseball. There's hardly any black announcers on any team. Like, I listen to all these games. I don't think I've ever seen a black announcer for a baseball team, right? All their announcers are black or white, excuse me. All of their all of the managers are white for the most part. Most of the players are white or they're Spanish or whatever. There's hardly any niggas over there. Nobody's complaining, right? But it's like, when it comes to basketball, we're telling y'all, like, bro, y'all are not good enough to compete with these niggas. Y'all aren't. And it's like, they call you a racist and it's just this and that. It's like, bro, we're watching the game. It's clear there is an athleticism talent gap with Aston and Luka. It's why they haven't won. People keep trying to blame roster construction and all that. When he had a great roster in Dallas in 24, they lost not because of the other guys. They lost because of him. He was the one they were attacking. Every now and then, it will be a white dude that'll get lucky. It'll be a Dirk Nowitzki. It'll be a Joker. Right? Every, 30 years, it'll be one of those guys. But year in and year out, consistently, you're gonna see folks that it's just hard, man, for the whites to compete. It's just hard, and y'all can get mad about it all you want. Like I said, go pick up your hockey puck, or go hit the batting cages. Go to baseball and basketball. That's the sports that they, basically box the blacks out and don't let us in, so that way y'all can have it. Go to baseball. It's that simple. Now y'all want to come infiltrate what we got going on over here in basketball. No, man, get out of here. Y'all gonna get y'all heads busted. You seen Mike Brown? Mike Brown he didn't play no white boys. Miss Johnson, he had to take Luke Cornett out the equation after a while. He was rendered useless in that final series.
Yeah, if Luka wasn't 6'8", he would basically be Bobby Sura.
I just don't know why niggas just can't accept the truth, man. You know what I mean? Just
So,
accept it. And
are they thinking about keeping Aston Reg?
Well, yeah. I mean, it looks like he's not gonna have no. Because what they were trying to say is that, his camp was going to use the Nets as leverage to make the Lakers pay more or to match whatever the Nets were going to offer. But now that the Nets allegedly ain't interested, now his only option is the Lakers. That's his only option. So that's why they put out the report that said he's expected to return to the Lakers. Because nobody else is gonna make a run for him. So now, if you're the Lakers, you can't be bidding against yourself. So, like I said, I don't have I think a lot of people have this confused too. 444 and Jael. I think a lot of people have this confused. I don't necessarily care about him being on the team. I care about his role and how many minutes he's getting, right? There was a white dude on the Knicks. They had a Saltine over there. He didn't see the floor. He didn't touch the floor in the finals. Mike Brown didn't play him one single minute. And he's on the roster. I don't care about him being on the team or not. My issue is his role and how many minutes he's getting. So if it's me, like I said, he can come back. I don't give a shit. but you got to take a reduced role. That's what I would do. So if the Lakers are his only option, okay, you want to bring him back, I'm fine with it. I really could care less. But he can't be a starter.
That's real.
He's got to be Bronny's backup.
You know what? I actually think San Antonio should be interested in him because they have enough athleticism and they got enough defense to actually be able to use him. So he could be the single token white guy on the team, and he kind of fit there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they wouldn't get back to the finals if they did that.
I'll be honest with you. After seeing what Fox was doing, I don't even know if Aston would even work either, man.
They wouldn't even get to the finals for Aston to stink it up like Fox did. They wouldn't beat OKC because all they're gonna do is just attack him. Now, like I said, if you're gonna bring him in as a backup or as a 10th man, okay, sure, I like it, I guess. But if you're telling me he's gonna go to San Antonio and be a starter, he's not a starter. If you're trying to win, you cannot start him. And that's the money and everything aside. I'm putting my hatred for him and all that, the money, I'm putting all that to the side. And I'm just being completely objective. If you are serious about winning, you cannot put him in your starting lineup. He said, why y'all hate white people? Dude, nobody cares. Like, seriously, I don't hate white people. I don't care. I just
He just happens to be white.
I just want y'all to stay in your lane. You don't see niggas trying to go infiltrate hockey. We let y'all rock. You don't see niggas over in baseball. Y'all got nothing but white boys, Asians, and Dominican niggas over there. Y'all hardly got any niggas in the MLB. You don't see us complaining. But when we tell y'all, hey, go sit the fuck down somewhere when it comes to this basketball thing, now all of a sudden we hate white people. So I guess y'all hate black people then because ain't no niggas in the MLB. We don't got one black MLB player that's a superstar today. Who's the Ken Griffey Jr. of this generation? Exactly. So I guess all y'all white folks that like MLB, y'all racist too, right? Come on, man, stop it. Don't nobody give a fuck about white people. Like I said, just stay out of bat. Like I said, y'all are great at being water boys. You're great at keeping the seats hot. Like I said, I don't mind Aston being on the team. He can sit next to Bronny. He can keep LeBron's seat warm. When LeBron checks out the game and he needs a towel, he needs a Gatorade, Aston can be there to assist him in that. He can have a role on our team. I don't have a problem with him. My problem is that y'all want to make the water boy the second option. That's my issue. This isn't about racism or anything. He sucks.
There's nowhere else to look at it. It's the truth. He actually sucks.
He actually sucks.
Anybody looking at any of these teams that were in the, how can you see the Spurs, the New York, OKC, and think that Aston is anywhere on any of those levels? Like, no, man.
444. Denver cooked them. Minnesota cooked them, and this year OKC demolished them. Like, how many more playoff runs do we need to see before they finally get it? I got it when I first saw it in 2023. When I saw that conference finals run, because I thought 444, when we beat Golden State, I was like, bro, this is finally our year, bro. We're going to win the whole champion. We finna win the whole thing. And then I tuned in game one of that conference finals in 23, and I saw how he was a non-factor. Whenever the score was 0-0, he was nowhere to be found when the game was up for grabs. He didn't start scoring till we were down 15, 20 points. And then I'm seeing him on defense. I'm like, wait a second, they're relentlessly attacking him, and he can't guard nobody. Like, he's just barbecue chicken to these dudes. So that's when I've been done with him. But that was just me. That was 4 years ago. By the time the playoffs come around again, that'll have been 4 years ago. And people still not getting it. How many teams need to whoop his ass? How many playoff series do we need to play before y'all finally get it? Jesus Christ, man. This shit is insane to me. The fact that we're in the Big 26 and we're still even having a conversation about this is insane. We got Sean Sanders. He said, because white people want it all, simple as that. Yeah, they saw us over here having fun, and then they came, and this is a COINTELPRO operation, man, with Aston. That's all I think it is. 444. This is a
I agree.
You said what?
I agree, 100%.
Yeah, that's what I think this is. This is a CIA, FBI, COINTELPRO operation. Yeah, this is a psyop. Yeah, that's all this is. And they want us
because
to stay.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say they want us to turn a blind eye to it, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, Aston's an undercover, man. He's a spy. Because it makes no sense. It makes no sense. I'm gonna be honest with you. It makes no sense though. That's why. Like
exactly.
when I look at him, I'm like, why is there such an infatuation with him? Well, maybe because he's working for some private organization within the organization, collecting data. I don't know, but it's a very weird. It's very weird. It's very weird. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Collecting data. I don't know.
It's getting very weird though. Seriously, very weird.
It's very weird.
Because it's like I've never seen people so infatuated with this guy, like a player like that. Like, are y'all kidding me? Look at what De'Aaron Fox done. You see that they're torching him. They're ready to get rid of him.
Right.
They're like, he gotta go. He gotta get off the Spurs. You get me?
Speaking of which, 444. Not to cut you off, but I don't know if you saw there was a clip of Fat Ass Low. I don't know. Did you see it on Twitter? He was chimping.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see it? Let me play
He was
it for you.
chimping? No.
Yeah, he was chimping out for sure. Yeah, he was chimping out on De'Aaron Fox. Let me play this clip for you. Give me 1 second, 444. Look at this. Yeah, folks, this was Low chimping out on Twitter about De'Aaron Fox.
He fucking sucks, nigga. That nigga is trash. He's fucking garbage. Get that nigga the fuck off the team, out the fucking league. That nigga's a fucking bum, nigga. He sucks, nigga. He fucking sucks. That nigga sucks. He sucks. He sucks. He sucks, nigga. He fucking sucks.
So 444, you heard how he was just talking about De'Aaron Fox, right? He was chimping out. Now this is how he talks about Aston. Let me play how he talks about Aston.
Bro, it's time to talk about Austin Reaves, bro. I promise you, I'm about to start putting this man in convos that some of y'all not ready for. Austin, easily, top 20 so far this NBA season. Them buckets that he getting, the numbers he posting up, it's ridiculous, bro. I said this like last year, bro. Austin Reaves, third option. He better than some of your first options. Some of y'all sat there and thought I was tripping. Y'all thought I was lying, but no. We here, baby. We here.
444, do you see the difference?
Of course, man. Yo,
it's crazy.
Social media is deadly, yo. This thing is creating a whole new breed of people, yo. This is crazy. It's just...
He was chimping out 444 when De'Aaron Fox wasn't coming through for the Spurs. But when Aston was getting his ass beat, I didn't see him like going on some monkey chimpanzee tirade about Aston. So I called into a show and he kicked me off his show, and I was about to ask him about that. I was like, yeah, Lo. You said what?
He kicked you off?
Yeah, he literally kicked me off the show.
Wow.
Yeah, cause I got on YouTube. This is like right before I was about to go live, and I seen he had this show. It said one NBA YouTuber versus mad NBA fans.
Yes,
so I was like,
I saw that post.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, bet. Let me ask him about this. So like he had just started the show, and he dropped a link. So I tapped in real quick, and I was like, yo, yeah, I seen you like chimping out on Twitter about De'Aaron Fox, and then he just like clicked off the call. He just hung up on me, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not." He was like, this nigga's a weirdo and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, how am I the weirdo? You're the one chimping out over De'Aaron Fox. But when Aston did the same thing, because you know what was funny, 444? In the game that I think the last game, De'Aaron Fox was like 3 for 15.
Yeah.
And I think in Aston, in game 1 versus OKC, he was 3 for 15.
Correct.
No, he was 3 for 16. My bad. They were calling him Aston 316.
Yep.
Right? And I didn't see no clip of Lowe chimping out when calling Aston trash.
There you go.
You see how they do it 444? Like I remember you said the same thing about Jason Simp. Like when it comes to other players, they're quick to like peep game and like, okay, yeah. You know, they're up on game when they're analyzing other players.
Yep.
They know all their flaws. They know how to accurately analyze the game. But then when it comes to Aston, it's like they lose all like knowledge of the game. It's crazy. It's actually crazy.
It's sick, man. It's sick. It's absolutely sick. Like I say, I still don't understand the infatuation, and that's what makes me believe there's just something else going on, because it's like I'm so tired of talking about this dude. You know what I mean? Like I want this dude to just go away. You know what I mean? Like I'm tired of seeing him. I'm tired of him being a part of real conversations. Like, dude, just go. He's just stealing a whole bunch of aura from whoever he can, man. And that's how he's been surviving. Literally, he's a parasite because he's not doing nothing productive on the court. You know what I mean? Listen, I would even be okay with using him for the regular season, man. Like, yo, you can go get all that regular season hype, man. I'm fine with that. Because when it comes to the real shit, the real game, come to the playoffs, go sit your ass down on the bench. Be the backup, man. That's it. You know?
Exactly. And it's funny now that I'm thinking about it, because who was the guy in the OKC series that everybody was like, yo, this dude got exposed? It was Chet.
Yep.
It was the white guy. You know? You look at the Spurs, like Cornette. You got played out off the floor. They took him off the floor. You know?
Yeah.
Mike Brown, I don't think it's any coincidence Mike Brown won the whole thing and he didn't play that white boy they got over there. He didn't play him. He went to Jose Alvarado before he went to him.
And you know what's so funny? You knew Mike Brown wasn't afraid to throw players that we hadn't seen before, because we were seeing centers we ain't never seen in the series in one of those games. So the simple fact that the white boy couldn't even get no floor time lets you know he's like, this is too much athleticism out there. It's too intense. We ain't doing that.
He said, you ain't finna cost me my job. We got BK and Y. BK and Y, what's going on, man?
Yeah, what's good, Reggie? You can hear me?
Yeah. What's going on, man?
Yeah, what's good, man? Yeah. I just missed the part of I was re-listening to the show. I was like, I think 20 minutes behind, but I didn't get to the part about where Lowe kind of kicked you off the show, man. That's just like nasty work right there, man.
Oh yeah, that's your boy, right?
Nah, that's not my boy, man. No, but about Austin Reaves and people saying, yo, we can't lose him for nothing. It was the same thing with Cam Thomas when I was doing a whole bunch of Cam Thomas videos and people were calling to the show, yo, BK, we can't lose Cam Thomas for nothing. He's an asset. I said, yo, nigga, he ain't no asset. Like he has no value around the league. Nobody wants him. Let him walk. You're not going to get anything for him of value. He has no value. Like you said, the contending teams don't want him. You're not going to get anything for him, pretty much. You're not going to get anything of value for him.
That's real.
Yeah.
Because I think Cam Thompson was trying to get picked up. I mean, he was getting tossed around a little bit.
I predicted it. I did videos like 2 years prior to his free agency. I said, listen, nobody's going to want him. And his next team is going to be the Shanghai Sharks, or what was the other thing? The other team, Reggie, you were saying when you came onto my show, the
Guangdong Tigers. That's a real team, by the way. That's a real team, by the way.
So that's Austin Reeves' future right there. The Guangdong Tigers or the Shanghai Sharks, man. One of those Chinese teams. And they'll say, you, Austin Reeves, you could be the next white Kobe Bryant.
Oh boy. Guangdong Tigers. Wow.
But yeah, BKNY, the options are drying up, man. You know, they were putting out fake reports 2 days ago saying y'all wanted him, but now Mark Stein, he just reported that the Nets aren't interested, which we already knew.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a show on that tomorrow night. I was gonna do one today on it, but I gotta get up in the morning. But I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do a show on that tomorrow night, though. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, like you called it out, man, accurately, man. That's just how they just put out fake narratives, propaganda, and Reggie, you actually just connected the dots. I mean, pretty much they work for Austin. I mean, Austin's either paying those guys off or those guys like glorified fanboys.
Yeah, it's like a company.
They're being paid.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a company, right? It's like when you turn on your TV, right? Like you're watching a game or something. You know, you got State Farm running ads. You know, you got McDonald's running ads, right? Like they're promoting their product to the masses. And that's what Aston, that's what he uses the media for. You know, like Trevor Lane, he's basically like running a commercial on Trevor Lane and in their channels. Essentially, that's what it is, marketing. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they treat their audience like they're stupid, man.
Exactly.
They treat their audience like 5-year-old children, literally like 5-year-old children. You know, I'm not lying when I say
sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, they treat them like they're dumb. I just refuse to treat people like they're stupid, man. I can't do it. I have a conscience, man. I just can't lie to people. What does God call it? Bearing false witness? Just lying, pretty much. Yeah, just straight up lying and spreading misinformation around.
You know what it is? It's funny how they have to control the narrative.
Yeah.
And anybody that disagrees with it, challenges it, you know, questions it, they it's like you're cut off. You know,
it's like a cult, pretty much.
Yeah,
like
it's
cult.
like if you ever watched their show, like have you seen their show, BKY? I know.
No, I'm gonna do it. I'm getting the clips together because I was watching some of was it Johan Booty? I'm gonna do a show tomorrow, so I was watching a little bit of it today, and he was making it seem like the Brooklyn Nets was definitely was interested in him, you know. So I'm gonna take some clips from them guys. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, man? Like, what information do you have? And you guys any type of inside information? Because like, if dumbass Sean Marks didn't want Cam Thomas and what makes and he's one of the like the worst general manager in NBA history, man. I ain't lying when I say the worst general manager in NBA history. Not when I think about it, I've been watching the NBA since 1994, and he is the worst general manager. And he didn't want Cam Thomas. So what makes you think he wants Austin Reeves?
Let me play the clip of Breezy.
Exactly.
I was gonna add this to the show. I just didn't have time. But this was Breezy when Breezy heard the news.
Yeah. Once again, this song. I mean, listen. Shout out to the locker room. You know what I mean? I was just flipping through YouTube, and I seen that the Nets had offered the Austin Reeves. They might offer him a contract. And shout the Nets press. When I open up Twitter, this is the report I seen. So shout the Nets press. If you out there, matter of fact, I'll send Nets press out there. 9 times out of 10, we might argue about this, but so what? You know what I'm saying? But it might not be an argument. But I don't want to hear nothing about how this a good contract and blah say blah. I'm not hearing none of that shit. I mean, I'll listen to it. I'll hear it, but to agree with it, nah, I doubt it. The Brooklyn Nets are preparing to offer Los Angeles Lakers star guard Austin Reeves a 4-year, $178.5 million deal per Don Wojcicki, Lakers insider for The Athletic. How would you feel about pairing Austin Reeves and Michael Porter Jr.? this is the trash. This trade is trash. This is the trashest trade I've ever heard. Trash. And it's not even a trade. It's you taking his contract. Why the fuck would you take his contract? He hasn't did shit. He hasn't. All he did is show that he can score and he yell. You're not entertaining. You ain't no hooper like that. And you wasn't even healthy enough to help LeBron get past the first round. You stink. This dude is not no player that you can rely on and give him a 4-year contract. So we won't give Cam Thomas a 4-year contract, but we'll give Austin Reaves a 4-year contract. What the fuck did Austin Reaves do for him to deserve a contract from the Brooklyn Nets? He didn't do shit.
Oh my God, folks. It's actually hilarious to hear Brooklyn Nets fans reacting to Laker propaganda. It's actually hilarious, man. Like, it's comedy. You know what I mean? When you have guys like BK and Y and Breezy who are in Brooklyn, in New York, and they're hearing the propaganda all the way over there, and they're like, what the fuck is They're like, what the fuck are we talking about? Austin Reaves. But
I just don't understand how you could look at, like, as a point guard, right? You could look at Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, and say, hey, I want Austin Reaves. I mean, what are we talking about here, man? I mean, seriously. Yeah, and basketball's not hard. I just look at Stephon Castle and how he guards. I look at Jalen Brunson. I look at Cade Cunningham. I'm like, oh, okay, I need something like that. Basketball's about matchups, and Austin Reaves just can't match up to any of those guys, man. Like you just said, Reggie, I was listening to the earlier piece. They're food, man. He's food.
Food.
So like, yeah, man.
And then if you're the Nets, you already got Michael Porter Jr. He put up the same numbers basically as Aston did, and it's just like, how many wins did it contribute to?
Nothing.
The scoring doesn't matter. Like, he got LeBron and AD and now LeBron and Luka to carry him. If you put him on Brooklyn and you say, hey Aston, it's on you and Michael Porter Jr. to close out games.
Yeah, right.
They're not going to do it. Like, they're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, no, they just can't, And people keep saying, oh, BK, he can get better defensively. He can't. It's just not in his, what's the word?
Genetics.
Like, genetics. He can't.
It's not in his genetics. You know what I mean? It's not in his DNA. That's
not in his DNA, pretty much. Yeah,
he
just can't. Yeah. He's not gonna. No matter how much he works out.
Nobody. BK. Nobody learns to play defense at 28. Like,
exactly.
He's 30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you can't play defense by now, you're never going to be a defender.
Yeah, it's just that he wasn't born with the fast twitch muscles or anything like that. He can't, no matter how hard he works. He's not going to be a great defender in this league. Now, playing against regular guys like in the park, yeah, he probably can D those guys up. Or you're talking about like NBA players, I mean, that's the thing. When Austin Reaves is on the floor, you gotta constantly send help on Austin Reaves, and that just leaves 3-point shooters wide open. Yeah, man. You can't hide Austin. You like in today's NBA. Now, I was saying this on the show that you came on the other day, Reggie. Like this. Before you got on, I said this is not the 1990s. Like they didn't really have that many offensive weapons. Like I said, the power forward position, like Sam Perkins, for example, was like a guy that just shoots threes. He wasn't like no Paolo Banchero. So you could put like Austin Reaves on him, and he didn't have like the offensive mindset to go out there and really just. But now today, like Jaden McDaniels, let's say if you was to leave like Austin Reaves on an island, he gets switched on to Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels is going for 30 easily, and he only averages like 13, 14 something points. So there's just like a lot of different skills from different positions. You just can't hide Austin.
Exactly. Yeah, fellas, like I said, that's where I'm at with it, man. Yeah, I really don't have anything else to add, fellas. Good call though, BKNY and 444. Y'all got any final thoughts, man?
Nah, no final thought. Go ahead, yeah, man.
Final thought. Catch you in the next one, guys.
Oh yeah, Jellio's over there. Yeah, Jellio was good, man. Yeah, Reggie, I put Jellio onto your your show over here, man. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, shout to Jellio. All right, BKNY, good call, man. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, bro. Peace. Yeah, man. Shout out to BKNY, Jael, 444. F you mean. Ron Tan. I did unblock you too, by the way, Ron Tan. Even though you're a fucking clown. I did unblock you though. Cause you called in, you know. So you at least I at least respect you for not, you know, just being a troll in the chat. You at least called in and you know, let us hear how stupid you actually are. So I do appreciate you doing that. But yeah, that's really all I got on this one, folks. Like I said, free agency is 2 weeks away. There's nobody's making no offer for Aston for anything close to, you know, 178 million. I mean, come on, man. Nobody's doing that, chat. I mean, this is all Laker propaganda, you know, being paid off by Aston. Nobody wants this clown. Seriously, you know it's bad when Brooklyn is like, we're good. You know, if you can't get one of the worst teams in the NBA to go after you, you know you're about trash. You know what I mean? You're about sorry as fuck. So, yeah, chat. That's all I got on this one, man. Good show. I will catch you guys. We got Carl Lamar. You said we've exposed all their lies. Yeah, I seen the tweet you posted earlier, Carl Lamar. It's all like, yeah, it's all bullshit propaganda that they're promoting. He just made another. This dude's funny, man. You just made another tweet. He said The Athletic cited league sources. They didn't attribute this info about Giannis from a specific person. However, Lou Canellis reported that Luka himself inquired with the Lakers about exploring a trade for Giannis. AR Camp is league sources via Jovan Buha. Basically. So that's what they do, man. You know, there's a reason Aston's agent and Jovan Buha both have me blocked. You know? Yeah. They both have me blocked. Because this is what these people do. They scour Twitter to see what the narrative is, and anybody that goes against their narrative, they're going to get you out of there. So, yeah. This is Aston. This is his agent, chat. He blocked me. Like the bitch that he is. He said, because you're a racist troll? Oh, okay. I'm the troll, and you have a fucking puppet as your fucking graphic. Dude, why are you in here typing in all caps, dude? I'll just see it. I'm going to put you in timeout, dude. Stop typing in all caps, dude. Nobody gives a shit about what you have to say that bad. You typing in all caps like we give a shit. Yeah. So, yeah, chat. I'm out, man. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. This was another installment of The Locker Room. I'm out, folks. Peace.
You don't notice most of the people in your comments are a bunch of racists who just hate LeBron because of his politics. Doesn't bother you at all. Ayo, bro. SMD, my nigga. SMD.
I just wanna be.
You heard? SMD. You heard me? SMD. Straight up and down, dog. SMD. Nigga, I said it. You bitch-ass LeBron James fans.
I just wanna be.
LeBron fans.